As we can see from here now, I say we will learn how cybersecurity professionals protect information. We learn that. It's very, very important. So we detect file modification, decrypt encrypted data, use public and private keys, and verify digital signatures. Yeah, so if you look at our workshop, let me try to open it. If you look at the workshop very well, the one I sent to you guys, the last part, there's a script tools that I sent to you guys. I think I got because I was trying to make step-by-step documentation that we sent to you guys this afternoon. So I was notified by Microsoft that the tools has been retired, that we can only make use of the version 2. So I downloaded the version 2, but it's like that one might be a little bit complex for you guys. But whichever way, I will find more time to make it very simple for you guys to understand. So the version 1, the one that we use, might not be able to use it to complete the last workshop of this training. So when we get there, I will notify you guys. You will see what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah. So this is our workshop now that we talk about. I sent you guys HashCalc and data integrity. And HashCalc, that's the software that we want to use on Windows system. We are not making use of Linux today. No, we might need to use it for a little stuff, but it's not necessary. So this is what I'm talking about. This last verse, this particular one, we still able to do this, but this particular encryption, asymmetric encryption. So we might not be able to use this particular one, the crypto tool that I sent to you guys to do it. This one, because it was retired, I think a few weeks ago. But for those people that are yet to update their Windows system, of course, they'll be able to use the tool successfully to decrypt and encrypt any data that they want to do. So I'm talking about this session, the last part of this. Now, before we come here, of course, let's quickly talk about theoretical parts of the training. So, like we can see here, I want you to just know, that's why I color it red here. So, I said workshop is an applied cryptography workshop. We will learn how cybersecurity professional protect information, detect file modification, decrypt encrypted data, use public and private keys, and verify digital signatures. Yeah. So this thing is, is very, very important for us to understand. No matter the area of cybersecurity that you want to go in the nearest future, this is very, very important to understand. Yeah. So I said the goal here. As you can see from here, I put the goal here, what we want to achieve. That is, understand hashing, encryption, digital signature, and certificate without stress. That's the work that I want to do. So we are moving to slide 2 now. As you can see from here, what this module is really about. As you can see, protecting digital information. It's very, very, information security is very, very important. Very, very important. Something, cybersecurity is not about understanding many, many tools. No, it's not about understanding many, many tools. So I say here, we keep private information from people who should not see it. We detect when a file or message has been changed. For example, now let's assume that I am chatting any of us on WhatsApp, or maybe I'm chatting my wife on WhatsApp. So and third party is seeing what we are discussing. That would be so embarrassing. It's not appropriate. That's that's what we want to how to avoid. That is what we want to do today. So as you can see from here, also again, we detect a file or message has been changed. Let's assume that I send a message, I send a file, maybe a document to any of us, and let's assume that someone in the middle, maybe at transit, already checked the message before it reached to the receiver. That's very, very important. That's very, very bad as well, because that means the data integrity has been altered. So to avoid that, we need to understand what we want to do today, and now to make sure that our organization, various organizations that we are working with, are safe. Then third here, I say we prove that a message or file really came from the right person. Yeah. So as an IT person, of course, the users might be the head of the department might be reaching out to you occasionally to talk, to ask for, especially something like this particular message, because a lot of atrocity do happen in our organization, and some we deny, some we confess. But for those that deny, of course, as an IT person, as a cybersecurity person, you should know if a message or a data has been altered at transit before it gets to the receiver. What I mean by translate is that, let's for example now, this is the sender. Let's say the sender is here, and the receiver is there. So there might be a man at the middle here. Let's for example the message got here, and the person here checked the message before it gets to the receiver. The person here can alter it and put something else different here, and this person will believe. So that means the integrity of the data has been altered. To avoid that, we want to go through some, practice here today. I now put something here. I say, for example, when you receive a file, you want to know the three things. Can outsider read it? It's very, very important to ask the question. Has anyone changed it? You have to ask. Did the right person send it? We need to understand this before you can say, okay, this data, this file, the integrity is 100%. You have to ask this question. So let's proceed. Here now, I talk about the CIA threat, that is the three promises of cybersecurity. We have been talking about this from the beginning. That's why I said earlier from our first day that we have to. The goal of this training is for us to be able to connect the dots from the module 1 to module 11. That's our goal. And the promise of cybersecurity for this, of course, is first one is confidentiality. That is, only the right person can read it. That's the confidentiality. Integrity. The data remain correct and unchanged. Availability. The system or data is available when needed. That's the main three important thing that we need to understand here. I now put this one here at the bottom here. I said Module 5 mainly focus on integrity, then connect it to encryption, signing, and trust. So the main goal of this module is integrity here. That's our main goal here. Integrity here. That's the main goal. Then let's proceed. We also want to talk about data integrity. How do we know a file has changed? Think of a hash like a fingerprint for a file. So to some of us, hash might be maybe a complex thing to understand, but I will make it simple, and you guys will understand as we proceed. So now I said let's create a file. So now let me quickly open. I know some of us must have installed one what is it called now? HashCalc that I sent to you guys. Let me quickly open my workshop and open that so we can practicalize it. Though we are still going there to use it, but I want us to see it so we can understand better what we are talking about. Let me quickly open my Windows. So we can use instead of using this window as well, we can use our main window, our local computer to do this as well. If you know that space is a major challenge for you, you can use your window for this. But this is preferable because anything can be broken, and if anything happen in this virtual machine, it will not affect our local machine. That's why this is preferable. Yeah, and for many testing, for any pet testing, any testing at all, this is the best setup for anything that you want to do at all. So now, let me quickly do this. So I believe some of us have also installed some of these tools that we are talking about. So what we want to do is that we want to create a file one like this. We want to create a file. Inside that file, we want to write something inside. I want to also put this is a man. Then another one here, we want to calculate the hash using HashCalc that I sent to you guys using MD5. All this we understand. Then we want to change the file again. That is, we want to change a little thing from the file and we want to rename the file. We want to know what will happen when we rename the file to something else, and we want to know what will happen when we change this text to another one. For example, when we change this is instead of this is a man, we change it, this is a woman. We want to see what will happen to the file. So that is what I want to confirm for us to see. So that's what we want to achieve. Main lesson here, main lesson here, guys, is the hash follow the context of the file, not just the file name. So this is what I want us to note here. That is, the file name, this file one doesn't really matter. What matter is what is inside the file that we want to send. Let's assume that we create this type of file and we write a lot of something about money, or maybe your company data, secret that's supposed to be meant for the manager. You put it inside the file. If anybody change it, you will know. If a dot, even if you just come to the file and put a space like this of course, we should be able to know that something has changed from this file. That's what we want to prove here. So now, the file that I want to create now, we want to create something like this, file.1. Let's go back there. So now we have it now. I've of course installed my HashCalc. I believe you guys have installed it as well. It's straightforward. Just be clicking OK and get it installed. I sent it to you guys. So now what we want to do now is that we want to create a file. We have two ways of doing that. It's either we use our notepad, or Windows system have notepad. You can search for it and you will see it. Notepad or computer or Windows system. As you can see, we can use this. Type what you want to type, then click here and save as. Then you put it. It's going to be saved as text, TXT. Yeah. Then the other way around, the simplest one that we introduce to you guys is this. Yeah. Let me use this particular folder. Inside this folder, I will right click anywhere. You can right click anywhere. Then you come down here. Then you will see text document. We did something like this last week. We click on this. Then we rename it to the file. I already copied it. Then we click enter. Inside this file, we open it and we write something like this is a man. Here, like this, man. Then we click save. Control S, or you come here and click save here. Then I terminate. Of course, I've already opened our terminal down. So from here now, we just come down. So we come here. We have three options here. We have file, we have text string, we have hexadecimal string. So we don't need this for now. We don't need text string. We have this. Of course, we practicalize using this as well. But the main thing now is file, because what we created is file here. Every document that you created, does TXT, doc, or PDF, anyone, all those ones are file. So we selected file here. Then we come down here. We select. We go to the folder. Of course, the folder name is module 5. So I navigate to the folder. You might be having problem or challenge with this. Of course, I've just clicked this so I can navigate back to the original folder. So I click on this. This is module 5. I click it. The one that I just created now is this particular one, which is this one. I select. Then I open it. So now, what you need to do now, of course, all these are security. MD5, MD4, SHA-1, SHA-256, SHA-384. All this is an algorithm. If you check your phone, you will see any of ones of this. If you open your phone and go as if you want to maybe set up your Wi-Fi, you will see all this security there. They are security method. So some are weak, some are strong, some are old, some are recent. Some are like this one now, 256 is modern one. So we are going to explain this, but I want to practicalize something so you will understand the slide that we are in currently. So now we click down here, calculate, down here. We click on calculate. So as you can see now, we have just let us note this key down. So for us to note this down, I will screenshot and I put, though we're supposed to register it down, but to save our time, of course, I will use sniping tools. All computer have sniping tools. All window computer have sniping tools. So I screenshot this. So for us to be able to see, this is it. Or let me use the one here so it will not occupy more space. The one in my virtual machine here. Yeah. So I use this with screenshots. Yeah. So we put it aside. So this is what we are using. Just note it down here. So now I want to alter this. We want to change the text inside. Let's change the text inside. Let's say this is a man, a woman. Yeah. So we save it. So we want to run it again and see what is going to happen. Of course, we already documented this down. When it was a man, we documented the hash key. MD5, this is the key. Then SHA, this is the key. Depending on what you select. Though the main of this goal is MD5, not the rest. This is our main goal. It ended with E63 with screenshots. We have the screenshot already. So now we are going to select again. Go there. Go here. Select the file again. Then we click on this. We run it again. As you can see, you will know that the MD5 already been changed here. The one we got earlier that we screenshot is this particular one. So if we are to compare now, we notice that this one is E63 why this particular one, when we change it to woman, is C41. That is because we alter something. So now, technically, what we are talking about is that let's assume that I want to send this file to any of us. And before I send it to you, I check the integrity of the data and I confirm that the MD5, the security is this, the algorithm is this particular one. So when it got to when you get the file, you also check it. You must get this. But if your key is different from what we have here, that means the data or the file has been altered at the transit before it gets to your side. That's what we are trying to verify here and practicalize. That is, the integrity of this file has been altered because this key is different from what we got earlier. That's the goal. Now, let's just do something. What we did is that we changed the data inside this file. Now, we want to rename this file to something else and still confirm if we are still getting any of this key. I right click on this, then this, I change it to the file name to, let's say, math. Let me just put it like this. Then we go back to this, our calc. Then I pick it here again. Remember, when we change it to WUMA, we get C41. Let's screenshot that one and note that. So we got that. Then now we want to pick it when we should rename the file. Remember, we did not change the data inside this time around. So we click on this again. Okay, we already click on that. We click on this. We select, we open. We have this. Then we calculate again. As you can see, if you look at the screenshots that we had earlier, of course, this is what we have earlier, and this is our result here. You will notice that the key is the same. You will know that the key is the same. See, 41 ended with 41, and this ended with 41. Started with 0E, and this one started with 0E. That is, technically, what we are saying here now is that this file, whether you rename it to whatever you like, it doesn't alter the file inside this particular file. That is, this is the woman is still the same. Technically, the MD5 only what matter is what we are doing here is the file inside, not the name of the file. You can change the name of the file, but the integrity of the data will remain the same. That's what we just practicalize now. So now let's proceed. So we just practicalize this now. Okay, this one is different data. Okay, this is one we are working with. So let's practicalize this now. As you can see, we just practicalize this. We tested. This is what we just confirm now. That is, the hash follow the contents of the file, not just the file name. That's what we just practicalize. Then let's proceed. Then here now, then we now say hash function. What a hash does. That is, input any file or message, as you can see, hash function or this one. These are the algorithm that we just use now. Then output, file size, digest. So all these are just explaining what we just did now. Same inputs always give the same hash, as you can see. Different inputs give different hash. A good hash is very hard to reverse. We understand this later as when it starts the main practical. So now, as you can see, small change, big hash change. For this, what we just practicalize this as well. Hello. That is, the only change may be capital letter or space. So what we are saying here is that even though from here now, if we just from this hello, if you just say like this, it will affect the algorithm of this data. That means you already altered the integrity of this data. If you change this one to small letter, it will affect the integrity. Anything, even though if you just put dots in front of this hello, it will affect the integrity of the data. So that's what this particular place is talking about. Let's proceed. I said, hash algorithms. Not every hash is secure today. Of course, I told you this is an old hash, old and broken for security, used in workshop only to learn the idea. So we use this one to understand the idea. But in organization of nowadays, we use this particular one because it's very stronger and it's longer. And the longer your key is, the longer your password is, the more secure and the more hard for an attack, for an hacker to be able to break your system. That's the meaning. So I think nowadays, if you check your system, you will see the combination of this or this on your own phone, the kind of algorithm that you are using in your phone. You will see any of this or this, but this one is old ones. This command can be broken, can be hijacked and break easily. So that's what I want us to understand here. I now put this note here. I say note, guys, old tools may use MD5 for demonstration, but real systems should use stronger modern algorithm like SHA-256. That's the algorithm. Yeah. So now, let's move to this. Encryption hide the message. That is, we already talked about this last week. Plain text, that is readable message. Encryption, use a key, which is what we are using algorithm for. Ciphertext, unreadable output. These three are what we need to understand. Then I said, during our workshop, we describe CISA ciphertext. We do this. I hope time will permit us today to do this. We do this. Then we also inspect RC2, RC4. Then this RC2, all this R is the name of the person that introduced this key. That's this RC2, RC4. I think what is it called? Rivers. Leon Rivers. That's the name of these people. That's why they call it RC. It's just the name. It's just like a version. For example, those people using iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 14, it's just like that. It's the same with all this. We have RC2, RC4, RC5, and on like that. So that's the length. As you can see, we also inspect this key length and brute force time. So we want to know if your password is stronger. If an attacker is trying to attack you, how long will it take the attacker to attack your password? We want to see today. Then we talk about the main idea here. Without the right key, the message should remain unreadable. That's it. If you don't have the key, you can't open the door. That's the meaning of this. Yeah. So what we have been saying so far, we are talking about hash, we are talking about MD5, SHA-256, we are talking about algorithm, encryption, and all these things. Just see this as your door. Just see what we have been talking as your key to the door. If you have the key to your room, of course, you'll be able to open it. That's what we have been saying so far. In security, we use algorithm instead of key for your house. Just picture that like that. Yeah. So now, let's proceed. We are here. We're supposed to be here now. Yeah. So I put CISA cipher. I want us to understand this. That's why I put this one here, so we can understand, at least know how to calculate. Sometimes you have to know the idea before using your machine to do the rest. Yeah. So now the idea of this CISA is an algorithm as well. Encryption and description. That's the meaning of this. So now encryption is to lock something. Is to lock your door. Description is to open it. So that's what we are doing here. Nothing big in what we have been doing so far. Yeah, it's just the terminology and the terms that we are using that make it different from what we are doing in everyday activities, like opening our door, close it. That's the meaning. You open your car door, you close it. That's what we are doing as well here. Yeah. So now, if the key is 1, I want to explain the terminology of this. Let's just listen and see. If the key is 1, then A become B. So what we are doing here is that this one follow the ABCD. If you know ABC to seed, that means you will understand this. Of course, everybody know how to count ABCD, how to read ABCD. So that's the meaning. So if the key is 1, for example, now this key is 1, A become B, B becomes C, because the meaning of this one is that the difference between ABCD, the difference between A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's what we are doing here. Since it's 1, the difference between them is 1. That means if you pick A, the next one will be B. But let's assume that this key is 2. That means if you pick A, then the next one will be C. That means you are using 2 keys. But here we are using 1. So if you pick A, the next one will be B. The next one will be B to C. Then if you go to Z, then you are now going back again. That will be A. Assuming you are repeating what you just started. Now, let me put it here now, what we have here. It's a CISA cipher, shift letter by a number, which is what I just explained here. There are only 26 possible shifts, as we can see here. Your alphabet, ABC to Z, your alphabet, that's the meaning. Then, so that makes it easy to test all possible keys. This is called brute force. All the brute force we will be talking about, how it works, the terminology behind it is what we are trying to do here now. I now put this example here. I say a script with key 1 cat. This is cat. we want to encrypt it now. Then here we decrypt it. We want to lock it. Now, using a key of 1, we get C. After C, we get D. A. After A, we get B. Then T. After T, we get U. So the key now is this. That is ADBC. That's the key. It's ought to be this. Now, when we do this, you might not understand it. When we do this, we understand this. Now, we want to decrypt this one back now. So what we are doing here now is that decrypt with key 1, that is DBU. We move letter backward by 1. Since we are decrypting, we are going backward. We are encrypting, we are moving backward. So the idea here now is we are, okay, let me just see if I put this thing down so I will be able to show you guys where I put down right ABCD so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't want to waste time at all on it. So now look at this thing very well. This is our ABCD from A to Z here. This encrypted first word is this thing we are going to see is one of our practical. I want to decrypt it. Nobody understand what is there now. But me, I know. But nobody understand this. Now, if you want to use this key now to decrypt what they put here, you will get traditionally. Yeah. So now let's put this one. This one is Y. And this is our ABC. This is our Y. Let's just put this. This is our Y. I make it big, bold. This is our Y. Then if you want to decrypt it, that means you are going back. If you want to encrypt, that means you are moving forward. You want to decrypt now. So since we are using one key, that is, we are using this key of 1. That means if you go back a little back here, that means, okay, this one now, looking at this now, this one is not 1. I think this one is 5. Since it started with T. So now, let's go count back to T. This one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you not count the original one, which is Y here. We count where? We count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, get here. So we got here. We are using that means this one now is the key of, instead of key of 1, that means that particular one that we just showed you now will be key of 5 because we counted 5 backward before we got to what we are looking for. So that's how this one works. We get this better when we are doing the practical. Don't let me waste time here. Then here now, we are here now. Why longer keys are stronger? As you can see, short key, few possibility fast to guess. It's very easy to get if we are using short key. Even if you are using short password, it's very easy to get. That's the idea here. Long key, many possibility, very slow to guess. That's the meaning. So here we practicalize it. Then why the workshop talk about hexadecimal? This X that I put here is hexadecimal. Computer taught text as numbers. All these things, computer doesn't understand all this Y, all this ABC to Z that we are talking about. It doesn't understand. It only understands 0 to 9. That's number. Now that's what we call ASCII here. ASCII turn letter into numbers. That is, all these letters still need to be converted back to number before computer understand what we are talking about. We only see all these text because of this ASCII here. Is this ASCII that converts all the things we are typing on our keyboard back to number so computer can understand. And the output of the number is what we can see here. So now, from our workshop, we talk about this. Workshop key, we talk about this. And how we get this, we understand by the time we talk about the workshop. Then we now talk about symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Just simple term. I say symmetric encryption, one shares secret key, same key locks and unlocks. That is, we can use this one to compare our home, the window, the door that I just talked about. Come here directly and see. I say symmetric is like one house key shared between two people. You get this? So since it's only one key will open and one key will unlock. That's symmetric. When we talk about asymmetric encryption, two keys. That is, we have private and public key. That is, the key that you use to lock the door, we now open it. That's the meaning. That's the difference between these two. So now, I said asymmetric is like a main boss. You know, in the main boss, anyone can drop a message in, but only the owner can open it. That's the meaning. I can go and drop a message in the main boss, but you that is not the owner will not be able to read it. It's only the owner that can read it. That's the meaning of asymmetric encryption, which contain public and private key. And what do we mean by the key here? Is the algorithm that we are talking about. That's the meaning of the key that we are talking about here. So that's what I want us to understand. And I say here, signing, all these algorithms, signing of a team, we can leave this one for now. Then when we are doing the practical, we understand. Signing proof who sends it and whether it changed. So there's a way we call it digital signature. There's a way you sign your document that if it's author, you will know. And if it's not, you will know. So that's just the meaning of this. Then here, how do we trust a public key? As you can see, a digital certificate binds identity to a public key. Even in our browser, there's a way you can know if a website is using genuine key or not. So to open your browser, for example, now I go to Google, I say google.com. Let's assume I go to here. So here, there's always a point here. As you can see here, you click on this place. Once you click on this place with this one, once you click on this place, you will see connection is secure. You will see cookies and size. You will see size settings. We have different options. Click on this. If you click on this, you get certificate is valid, as you can see. If you click on this certificate, you will get the information about the key of every website that you are in, if it's verified or not. This is for Google now. You get this. Issues on Monday, June 29, 2020. This is a new certificate for Google. This is their key. This is, as you can see now, this is what Google is using. SHA-256. That's what they are using. That's the algorithm they are using. See the key. We have two keys here. This is public key, and we have another one here. This is for private key, which is called certificates here. So every website must have this. But if any website that does not have it, that's why you will see unsecure website. Do you want to proceed or not? Click on this to proceed. Down this, and that's how you will see those on verified website. But here, as you can see, you will see the company that issue it, and issued by this, and the period that we cover is this. It will expire on this day. That means Google is changing their own maybe after 3 months. As you can see, this one is started from June and it will be expire on this. So on this expiring date, if you want to do anything on this website, if you note it very well, you can do and undo on this website. So that's it. If this one expire now and you on this very day and they did not renew it, of course, the website can be useless. So that's just about that. Every website that you enter, for example, now this is our Cipherbase external website, where we normally download our stuff here, where we normally download this thing. If you click here as well, you will see if it's verified or not. So if you click on this again, you will see there, certificate valid. As you can see, you will see the certificate. See this one also. We are using Microsoft for everything that we are doing. That means Google and Microsoft are using this. This shows that this is a modern algorithm, as you can see here. So that's just about that I want us to understand. Now we go to our window. We can use our window here. You can use any of our windows to do this. We are not using Kali much now. So let me open my terminal here. So now here is where we are starting. We're supposed to start. If you look at the workshop, of course, the first thing to do, I always want us to understand this workshop very well, because by the time we are working now, it will not give you step by step of doing that thing. It's you that will read the quest, read what you want to do. It's even you that will bring the idea that this is what you want to do. So that's I want you to catch the way we are putting it down here. So this is our workshop. So this workshop is talking about this. As you can see, I put the screenshots, everything that we need, I put it here, step by step of doing that. The first thing here to understand, for the first thing, activity, you are going to know this with the techniques that affect the integrity of a digital object. You are going to perform the most simple form of data integrity checking. First, this, open Notepad on your computer. I told you earlier that we can use two ways to do that. So now this one, I believe we can open it our phone, or maybe I should just move this particular one to our Kali machine, so we can be doing it and checking it at the same time. Anyway, I created this folder for it, but I want to do it again so we understand, because all these things are what we need to do. Yeah, this is what we need to do. We create a folder. The first folder will be this. To create a folder is a little bit different from this, a little bit. Let's just create a folder and name it Module 5 Practical. Let's just put it like that. So under this Module 5, of course, we create it, we open it, inside it, we create all these tags here. That is, we right click again, we create another folder, we right click again, new, or you click on here, file, to create a folder. But I just always want you guys to know different ways of doing this. Then we name it task 1, we call it action. Then we create another one. You can duplicate this as well. I don't really have time like that. You can copy this and rename it, copy, then paste, but that one might be wasting of time. Then we have how many folder here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one is the folder, is the file I sent to you guys. I sent this to you guys. So the file that we want to use is inside this one. No, we need to create 4 file folder, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here now, I rename it again to what? You click on rename to tax 2, inscription. Then another one, tax 3. I paste that one again. Then I rename it to tax 3. Then RSA. I just hope we'll be able to use this RSA because of the updated that Microsoft did. Then the task 4. The next one is task 4. I rename it again, task 4. Then digital signature. So we have the 4 folder now available. So this one is telling us that we should create the folder. As you can see, open a notepad. We are creating this, but the important thing is what we first did. If you want to follow how the whole thing goes, so we create this, open this, then they said we should do what? And copy, put this one inside. So now, inside this place now, we open this inside task 1. I just put down here so we can have, I always have something to be well arranged. So that's why I do this like this. So inside this one now, you will see I created already this file inside. That's what we are asked to do. Then you right click again, you come to this new, then you click on this text, or you use your notepad, but this is very easier. You don't know how to use notepad. Then file, the first thing to create is what? File 1. File 1, I click enter. Second file, I can rename this or you create it as well. Then file 2, I click enter. So inside this file 2 now, they said we should do what? Copy this one. This is task 1, right? Inside the file 1, we copy this and put this one here. This is file 1. We put it inside here. Here we copy and Control S to save, or you come here and save. You close it. Then inside 2, they said we should copy this and put. Then we do this and do this. Then save. Or you come here, save. That's all. That's what this one is talking about. Then this one now saying open the HashCalc program as per the diagram. This one, of course, we have it. I believe we already installed it, but if not, guys, let me know so we can show you how to do that. It's very easy to install. So I click on this. Then this thing is asking us to drag the file 1 test into the data arc. Take a note of that is what we just did. Is very simple. We come here, then we locate the file that we just created, the folder we just created. Inside the folder that we just created, I think this is this one. We open it. There, we open it. Then we choose this, we open it. Then we calculate. So this is what we got. As you can see, this is what we need. The rest is not required in this particular stage. So this is the only thing that is important to us to confirm. This is the key now, the MD5 key. So this is the key. So they said we should note this one down, this key down. So I can say open my notepad there as well. Yeah. So from here now, I can say, let me delete this. I paste the key here. Let the key be located here. Then second one, so this is the key now for first file. Then the second file, we need to test. If you look at what they say here, generate the MD5 value, this, and save it. Drag the second one. Then the second one, we already did this one. We need to even move faster and leave this side because I already practicalized this before. Then this is file 2. We open this, then we open it again. We calculate the MD5. We calculate. This is the key. So we have different key because they all contain different value data. So this is for file 2 now. Look at the key here. You notice that it's different. Why? Because if you open this one, this particular one, this is what we have inside. This is what we have inside. That's why we have different key. This is file 1. Your own might be different from this key because we carry it inside a different computer. So I hope I remove this. If that one that I remove now, if I check this file 1 again, of course the algorithm must have changed because of the one that I remove at the back. So that's what this is asking us to do. So for this one now, let's just rename this one. Let's do this one again because I removed something at the back, so the key must have changed. So let's do this one again and ignore this number 2, this 2. So now we come here again, we pick this one, we open it, then we click calculate. See what we got for MD5. So let me just put this one here so we can understand. So let's say file 1. Now let's now rename it to anything that we like. We want to rename only the name. Let's say math something something. We put this like this. So then now let's go and pick it again and open it and calculate. You see, let's compare when it's changed to you see the key are the same. As you can see, we have the same key. Despite the fact that we rename it, we still have the same key. Now let's just assume that we put just a space here like this, then we save. Let's see what will happen to the integrity of the data. So we go there again, open it, then we calculate. As you can see, because we just put just a single space, we got this. So if I send it to you when the key was like this, and when I ask you to verify using this key, and you got something like this, that means the integrity of data has been altered. That means this is one of the testing digital footprints that we normally do. So the other thing that we need to do now is that the next thing to do is so we rename the file according to what this thing is talking about. We did that and we are successful with that. So the next thing that we want to do now, we are going to task 2, that is CrypTool encryption. So this CrypTool has been, because of the update that Microsoft just did release. If you update your system, the last option task, we might not be able to carry it out because it's affecting me as well. But we'll be able to carry this one or this one out now. So this one is telling us that we should do what? Let me close this for now. Let me close this now for now. So the software using this script verse 1 sent us via this and this channel. Just we already have this. I sent it to you guys. So since you guys, I believe you guys already have this one with you. So I have my own install. Though the one we use professionally is version 2 of this. But for the training purpose, that's why I'm introducing this to you. If I want to use the new version of this to you guys, it might a little bit look like hard. But I want you to understand this one first. Then maybe later we now talk about the second version of this particular tools. Yeah, so we open it. So this is the tools now. The workshop is telling us to do something. If you open your own, of course, you will see something like this, which is what I got here. So why I'm not getting this message that we just saw on the workshop is because I've been using it. If you open your own for the first time, you will get this. Like my own normal window now. Let me just drag that one so you will see. This is the one I am using on my own personal window when I was doing the testing. You will get this. It's the same thing with this. That's what I want to verify for you to see. So it's the same thing. But because I stopped it, that's why I'm not getting this. So now we have this now with us. So the task is asking us to do something here. So using this menu, we have this already. Try and decrypt ciphertext using a manual, as you can see here. So if you look at this one very well, it's asking us to do something. So what we want to do now is that everything that the step that we want to follow, we already have it here. That is, we click on the script and descript. Then we go to system modern. From modern, we go to this. That's why I created this second folder here. Let me open this folder so we can see. So this is the second folder that I created here, just for this task 2 here. So here is empty. So I have the file here now. So we need to extract it. I think it's even extracted. So inside this, we don't need this. I deleted this. You might not see this one. It's for Mac OS. So we need this. So this is the data that we need. we copy these two, then I copy them, then go to this place, I pasted it here. We have it here now. So what this task is now telling us, if you look at the task very well, we now want to confirm, we want to see this data and confirm the integrity of this data. So now that we want to do that, what we just need to do, we go back here, then we open the data. We are selecting this first one, that's CISA. That's what we want to practically see first. We open, then we go to the folder that we have the CISA. Okay, let me click on my window so I can see it is it. Then we navigate to the folder here. You might not, if you are not seeing the two folder here, of course, it's two ways. It's either you come here and click all the hidden folder will be open here, or you rename it. That's all. But now we need this. We pick this, then we open it. So once we open it, this is the key. Nobody can read it. It's unreadable, as you can see. So let's assume that I send this text to you. You will not even know. This is the way I normally do my test. I will send this to you, then I will send you the key to open it. Not like ordinary message. And message that we have been sending via WhatsApp and maybe mail, this is how you usually change to. This is what you usually, if you send hello to me, you will not see the plain text hello. It will change to something like this. Even though if anybody hijack it on the transit, it's this jargon that the person will see. But because it's an end-to-end, you can see it, I can see, because you are connected to me. Of course, when you get to my place, automatically it will be descripted, and I will see your hello on WhatsApp or via mail. Now we want to describe this and see what this person puts here. That's our goal. So this is what we have here now. This is the test. So we want to describe it now. So we click on this, script and descript here. So we have classic and we have modern. So we click on classic, symmetric, because we are dealing with symmetric, not asymmetric. Then we click on CISA, ROS 13 here. So we have something like this. So we want to know, we don't know the key that we open it. So we'll be testing all this key. The key is you start from 1 to 10 or to anything. The one that open it is your key. So since we are not the one that scripted this test, we don't know the key that the person used. So I'm now assuming that I'm a hacker now. I'm a black hat. I want to see what this person did. I've already hijacked it on the transit, and I want to open it. I want to see what this person, what he's saying. So my own is that since it's a what is it called now? It's a CISA cipher. Of course, it's very easy than to others. So I will click on this number value. Then I will start from 1. I will click descript here. I want to descript it, but as you can see, it still remains the same. Of course, I will be seeing it here. So the original one is this, the one I just did is this. So I'll always do this thing on original test. So I go back there again. I can close this. Since I use 1, it doesn't open it. I will go back there again. I'll be trying. So what we are trying now is brute force. We want to see if different key will open it. I don't know, you don't know. So I will open this one again. I will use 2 again, test 2. Then I click on the script. It's still the same thing. It's still unreadable. I can't read it. I close it again. I go back here again. Here, I click on this. Then CISA. I click on this. I click on number value. We already tested 1 and 2. I want to test 3 now. I put 3. I descript. So it's still the same thing, as you can see. We still can't read it, what is there. I close this again. We are doing, we want to brute force. We want to see, because I don't know the key they use. Also, you don't know the key they use. So we want to open it. We want to read it by fire, by force. So you come here again. We already tested 1 and 1 to 3. Then we put 4. Then we click again. We still can't read it. Let's test 5. Then the script. As you can see, 5 is the key. We're able to read it now. So the text is saying, transitionally, encryption is described as a means to allow 2 parties, customarily call this. So we get the key. 5 is the key to open it that the person used. The person that described this key, he used 5 for this. Now that we understand this task now, we can move to the next step. So the next step now, this one is telling us something. Let me enlarge it so we can see what the task is talking about. So we are done with this now. the CISA shift cipher, this and this and this and this. Within the CISA, the ciphers are using process trial and error. So that's what we just did now. The trial and error that is talking about. That's what we just did. Okay, CISA just test. I think we just did this one. How the ciphertext-only attack being carried out. So they are asking question here for this particular one. We just finished the task 2. They are now asking question that how is the ciphertext-only attack being carried out? You guys will answer it when you have this thing with you, so you can check it and answer it maybe later on. So let's go to the next thing to do. Then now we want to use classic. That's what this one is talking about. We want to use classic. As you can see, the next thing here is to use classic. Then this one is saying, we click on description, symmetric classic, sister. Okay, we're already done with that. Modern classic, that's what I'm looking for here now. So the next thing now is that the part B of this, of what we just did at the top now. So which is this particular one. Let me open the file. So we can close this. Yeah. So we want to make use of this now. This 32S, want to know what is inside here. Because of our time, we can still do a lot of tests on this particular one. But let's just talk about this part, this second part. Now, to do this one now, of course, we want to know, if you look at this thing, we want to know the key here. I'm looking for the key, where they write cybersecurity plus, security plus. Okay, I think we are here now. We are here. This is where we are now. We already download this. We have this file with us. This ENC RC32S hexadecimal. That's the meaning of this. We have this file with us now. We want to do the analysis. We want to carry out the analysis of this. So that's what we want to do. Then, in the same manner that you open the scripted CISA file, open this one too. That's what it's saying. We open this one like that as well. Then the next thing, first use brute force attack on this particular one. To do that, of course, we go to analysis, symmetric, encryption, and modern RC2. That's what we want to do now. Then don't forget, we are here. We are in this particular environment. We want to use RC2 and RC4 for this particular task now. So we go there again. So we import this. I told you, you might only see this one. Then you click on all to see everything. So this one will appear. Then we come to this place again. We open this. Open. Then we can't see. We only see this one, as you can see from here. Then we come here. Oh, file. Then this one will appear. So we click on this. We open it. So as you can see now, this is what we have. So now that we have that one there, so what we need to do now is that we want to check, we want to confirm, we want to analyze, we want to see the time to break it. That's what we want to confirm here now. So now that we open this one, we have different way of doing this. Of course, let's go back to this again. The task is asking us to do this. Symmetric analysis, symmetric modern encryption, as you can see, then RC2 here. So this is what it's talking about. This is the analysis that it's talking about here. We go to analysis, then symmetric encryption, analysis here, then symmetric encryption, I think is modern, then we see RC2 or RC4, or you want to use other one, but here we are here. So now, they want us to do some stuff here. They want us to do some stuff here to crack the key. We want to know if you know the key. We want to break it if you know, using RC4 description to do that. So in this one now, it will be very, very hard for us because this is a long key for us to open it. It's very, very hard for us. So I put this thing here in this case, we use this particular script. Let me open my notes, sticky notes. This one, we use this particular one. This is what we're given. If you check the document, this is what we're given. Security plus. That's the key. So what we want to do now, we want to convert this to hexadecimal. So we know the key that we have here. So we can try this one in different way if we get it. let's for example now, I know this is let me check the key that we are going to select, that they ask us to select here. So let's assume that we put something like this. We just write something, maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or whatever. We start this. So we notice that we did not get the key here. Nothing. We can't read this. It's unreadable. What is there? Then if you select anything, we get error. There's nothing here. So instead of that, since we were given part of the key, we know the key. Even though if you get the part of the key, it might be very, very hard for us to open it. So, but we have the part, we were given the part of the key, we give the full key, which is security plus. If we check this one now, you will see what we were given here. Security plus. So this is the key we were given. This one. We were given this. In the ASCII key, we were given all this. Then in all lowercase. So find a way to determine or convert the hexadecimal value from security key to this, to ASCII to hexadecimal. So I put this one here for you guys to use on your Kali machine. So if you put this one now, copy this. I'm supposed to have opened our Kali machine down. We might not finish it, but let's just finish this side. Then next this thing, anytime we can round up the rest. After this, remain only one task to finish, to end everything. So let me quickly open the this. Instead of going online to open it, let's just quickly use this to descript it. Yeah. So let me quickly do this. Yeah. So we just open your terminal here. You paste what we copy, then we paste it here. Then we click. So this is the key now. This is to this security plus to whether do ASCII. This is it. This is what we have. Then we copy this. That's the only thing that we need Kali for this whole program. So let me quickly shut it down now since we know the key. Yeah, so we go back to our Windows computer. Let me just save this here. So this key now, if I paste it to this, want to descript it, I will just come here. We are here. Then it said we should go to analysis. Then here, modern here. Then RC2. Here now, if we change the key now, let's assume that we put this one to, let's change this to 128 bits. This last one, as you can see, you see the key. If you put, let's assume you know half of the key. I just jumped some steps because you guys can see that you will see some of the things that the task is asking us to try. They give us the half of the key. Once we run it, we are not getting anything. So now let's just paste the whole key here and see. If you see now, you notice that we still have some, it's not complete. So let's just start and see. So now, because we're only given the part, we use 128 with that key. You see the time that we take us before we can read this, before we can break it. That's, I think, as you can see, many years. As you can see, many years. Yeah, can you guys see that? Now, since the hexadecimal, we convert it to 72. Now, let's just use the 72 version of it and see. So we go to analysis here. We come to this modern here. We come here again. Then we choose 72 because what we converted it to is 72, as you can see. This particular one is 72. That is, we divide it like this, like this, like this. So how did I know that it's 72? Of course, we already talked before that one bit like this from that one is 8 bit. That is 1 octet. Yes. Byte. Thank you, 1 byte. So now since we have 9, then 9 times 8, we get 72. That's how we get 72. Then it's like this. So maybe next week, for those people that know, we can talk about this later. But let me just copy this. We have this, then we choose 72 by here. Then we paste. So then we start. Okay. Let's use modern one. That's RC4. We go to analysis again. Yeah. Okay. Let's use this to descript it first. Modern. Let's go to here. Then we come here. RC4. Then we select 72 here. Then this one we match the key. We paste. Then we click on. We want to descript what is here. We do this. The analysis we might do it next week. Then we do this, or maybe on this is it now. What we have here is what we descripted now using the key that we're given. This is it. That is, the FBI now want to require all this and that. This is what we have. All this jargon that we have here. This is the meaning here. So That's just about that, about this particular task. So we are going to stop here. By the grace of God, we have little thing to do. Maybe we spend 30 minutes on Friday and cover the rest. Or if you guys can understand the rest, then we forget the rest and start new thing next week. Yeah, so let me close this.